Ready? It starts on the Hey, Bessie, you see this move? Push it back. Alright. Okay. Like, do this whip kick. Yep. Yeah.
Hey there, we're the fruit.
Is it still Easter?
Thanks for staying up so late.
Easter's over. Everybody ready? Yeah. Let's do it. 1, 2, 1.
And this fella here has been real helpful. I appreciate that. Give a big hand for Nick from hello. Give a big hand from Nick with the opening band. He's helped me out my drum kit.
Yeah. Plus, they sounded incredible.
And then my favorite karaoke tune, Dane. And now, never mind. Later on, we'll do some Roger Miller tunes also.
1, 2, 3.
our good friend Little Jimmy Dickens. It's called When a House is Not a Home.